Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're taking a look here at the Premium Bandai HG Leo flight unit type. Now, as you can see, as it is here, now that you're seeing it at first, it doesn't have anything really special about it to make it the flight type other than just the colors. And the colors are a pretty pale bluish, slightly purplish color, and it looks pretty nice. I gotta say, the Leo does look good in this color. It's definitely not as quite bright purple as the space type. We'll take a look at that comparison a little bit later on. But now that it's actually built and put together, I think it does look a little bit more blue than it looked on the runners. On the runners, I could definitely see more purple in it, but I think it's just maybe because of the other navy and black parts and gray parts in between that it just kind of like hides the purple a little bit in your eyes. But anyway, let's just get a look here at the flight pack straight away. Now this is it. It basically just plugs in straight there onto his back, as you would imagine. There are a couple points of articulation. Basically, the whole unit can swivel up and down like that there at the base. You can move that up and down, and then these bits here on the end are on ball joints, so you can actually turn those up like that. I guess that's for maybe when it's inactive or it's just standing or whatever, and then those can fold down and you can sort of adjust the angle forward and back a little bit on these bits here. That's pretty much it. These bits here on the bottom, these tanks can be removed fairly easily, and you could probably actually store or mount some other kind of weapons or option parts or something on there. It's just the same 3mm hole for that, so you could actually customize this, I guess, if you want, if you didn't want to have these little tanks on there. Yep, so we'll just pop off the cap here on his back and then pop this on here. And if you're wondering if you could adjust the angle of this while it's connected on his back, well, moving it down is possible, but these tanks are going to kind of crash into the arm, so you might want to take those off first. So you can move that down and then have these back like that. I don't know exactly how it's supposed to be when it's not in use. I'd have to go back and check the source material maybe, but if you're wondering if it's able to stand with the flight pack on, the answer is yes, actually. And so here's their proof. He can stand up, and he doesn't even have to do the Michael Jackson leaning forward there. He can stand up perfectly straight with the flight pack on the back and still not fall backwards. So that's pretty impressive. And yeah, overall the build is pretty simple. I mean, if you've built any of the other versions of the HG Leo, it's exactly the same for the main body. The new parts are just typical kind of HG accessory parts. They're pretty simple in their construction, as you would imagine. But of course, this being a P-Bandai kit, it's just really nice that we eventually got this rather than not having it at all. It really would have been nice if it was a standard release, of course, though, because it's just so cool. And the other stuff that we get in here is pretty iconic to the Leo, like the Dauber gun and the shoulder cannons and things like that. So, as always, a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for sponsoring the review, guys. Check the link to their site down below. You can get P-Bandai stuff, regular stuff, and everything there 10% off with the coupon code, which is listed there down below as well. So check them out. And with that, let's get into talking about the rest of the accessories that you get included here in the box. So first, just the accessories that are from the original Leo that are not new for this kit. We've got the machine gun here, just in black and gray. Looks really nice, of course. And then we've got the shield, which it can attach onto the arm in replacement of one of the shoulder armor parts there on top of the shoulder. And we got the two beam saber handles there, and we've got our two beam saber effect parts here in clear pink. Now, onto the new stuff for this kit. Aside from the flight pack there, we have different options here for the tops of the shoulders. So you have these cannons here, which are supposed to be for the commander types, I believe. They have these cannons there on the top. They're just all in one color except for the bracket part on the inside, which will allow you to connect it onto the top of the shoulder. So it kind of would have been nice if maybe this top part would have been gray or something, just because of the fact that that's all like that. It just doesn't really look all that great. So you might want to go ahead and just at least paint the barrel on that. But just for the sake of it, here's how that's going to look on the shoulder. It looks pretty cool. And then we've gotten the leg boosters here. Now, fortunately, these don't have any seam line on them. I was really worried that they would, but they're just like one piece there and then one piece for the thruster belts there at the bottom. These will plug on here onto the side of the leg, so you just take off this little mysterious cap there on the side of the leg. That's what this space has been for the whole time. And you can plug them on here like this, vertically like that, or you can plug them on here like that, facing forward. They're not on like a round peg, so you can't turn it. It's on a square peg, so you have to place it either one way or the other. And then for the new weapons, the first thing is we've got this new bazooka, which is really cool. It's nothing moves on it, it's just got this handle, which is just fixed there, but it's got this cool kind of camera unit there on the side of the bazooka, which looks really nice. It's simple, but looks really cool. I think it's pretty interesting. And it has this secondary handle on here if you wanted to do like a two-handed grip on it. So it just holds that in the hand, and obviously with that big shoulder armor attached, it's going to be a little bit weird. But this bazooka weighs practically nothing, so it's really light. It's not going to have any issues holding that at all. And the last new thing here is, of course, the Dauber gun, kind of iconic weapon here, also used by the Tall Geese, of course. So this has a couple points of articulation. The main handle doesn't move at all, which is kind of weird, but it doesn't really need to, actually. The secondary handle up here does move. It's on a little ball joint, so that can actually move up and down a little bit like that, and actually around to either side if you wanted to have it out to the side like that. And then the whole thing is on a ball joint here on this part, which this is the part that attaches onto the shoulder, and then you can kind of move that up and down, and you can move it in and out a little bit like that, just to kind of change the angle of it. Unlike with the tall geese, this little part here on the back, that bar, like doesn't move or anything, that's just fixed. But this connection point here, they have the same one on the left and the right side, so that means you could put the dauber gun on either the left or the right side, or put 2 dauber guns on there if you had 2 of the kit. So it's nice that you have that option as well. Now for this review, I'm not going to go over all the articulation and the details of the base kit because I've covered that in my review of the original kit. Nothing's changed with this. The articulation is still all the same. You have just pretty nice articulation overall. A couple of loose parts here and there, like specifically the ankle armor doesn't really want to stay on at all. But the fact that the ankle armor often comes disconnected is not really all that bad because there's nowhere for it to go. It can't like completely fall off the leg or anything. It's just going to be kind of resting on there loosely. And there's no stickers for the kit at all. You don't have any stickers at all, and that's not changed with this kit. And maybe it would have been nice to get a couple of marking stickers included for this, just a couple of like Oz markings or something, just because it's a P-Bandai kit. And overall, the kit is just really simple construction, and it's not the most solid thing in the world, but it's very fine for the price tag. And even this being a P-Bandai kit, I believe the list price for it was something like 1,400 yen. So for still less than $15 at the original base price anyway, it's not too bad for all of everything that you get in the kit here. And then as for negatives of the kit, some people might find the new accessories and things a little bit too simple. I've seen some people not really too pleased about the dauber gun on this. I think it's basically what you would expect for a HG dauber gun. It maybe could have been a little bit more involved, but then again, as it's an accessory for a P-Bandai kit, you can't really expect all that much. Personally, I think it's more of a problem due to just the design of the dauber gun in general, that it's kind of awkward to hold. I've found the Master Grade Tall Geese doesn't really hold it all that well either. The Real Grade did it a little bit better, but it's just kind of a weird, awkward weapon to hold. It looks really great in the anime, but in kit form, it's kind of hard to get it to work really well. And so here's a comparison between the regular original Leo and the space type and now the flight unit type. And they make for a really cool set as they all have really cool, unique accessories. It's nice that they all include the same basic accessories from the original Leo. And then the P-Bandai versions also include, of course, just a variety of different option parts and things like that. So they all make for a really nice set of just basic, simple kits so that you can mix and match parts of, especially if you're going to be painting them where the color of the base plastic doesn't matter. It's a lot of cool mixing and matching that you could do. But that's pretty much going to do it here for the flight unit type Leo. It's a pretty cool release of the Leo. I still prefer the space type the most myself personally, but this one is pretty awesome as well. The flight pack is just really cool. I was really hoping that we were going to get this, and I was expecting it to be green when it came out, but still the blue, whatever color, doesn't really matter because I'm eventually going to end up painting mine. But I do think it would be nice if eventually Bandai would maybe put out just like an option part set with like all of the different option parts from the space type and the flight type all together. I highly doubt that that's going to happen because then that would kind of maybe make it kind of useless to buy any of the different P-Bandai versions. But for now, all I can say is that if you like the look of this, if this is something that looks cool to you, then by all means, go ahead and grab one. Like I said, as far as P-Bandai kits go, this one shouldn't be all that expensive. If you can find it at a good price, then I would say it's definitely worth picking up. A lot of really cool option parts in there. And especially if you've got a few different Leo kits, it's going to be cool to be able to just mix and match all of those and to kind of build out your team of Leos, which should be pretty awesome. So thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. Thank you again to USA Gundam Store for sponsoring the review. And leave any other further questions and comments you guys might have there down below. I'll see you in the next review. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.